This is CNN Breaking News.
Hey, welcome everyone. This is Jeff from the Overwatch team. Here's another developer update. This one's going to be awesome. I think we're finally ready to talk about some features that you guys have been requesting for a really long time. As I mentioned earlier in the year, we've been working on social features to really improve the gameplay experience for everybody in Overwatch. So we have two of those to talk about today. Now the first one is super exciting to me because we often talk about ways to punish players who are behaving poorly, and it's not very exciting to a lot of us. I think more often than not, players are behaving in an awesome way in Overwatch, and we just don't recognize them enough. So we're super excited to introduce a feature called Endorsements. The way endorsements will work is when you're playing Overwatch after a match ends, you'll have the opportunity to look at players both on your team and the enemy team and recognize them for certain gameplay behaviors that you want to really show that they shined in that area. So there are three areas that you can endorse a player in. The first we call sportsmanship. This is if they were being a really nice, respectful person. Maybe they said, you know, nice shot when you killed me. That was really awesome. I like the way you did that. Really just good sportsmanship, being a positive influence on the battlefield. So you can recognize somebody for that. The next endorsement that you can give is for a good teammate. And now you can't give this to the enemy team. This one only applies to your team. Good teammate, you might recognize somebody for doing something along the lines of, you know, your team currently has a Hanzo on it. Your Hanzo player you think would be better off switching to another hero, and you say, hey, you know, instead of that Hanzo, I think we could really use Mei in this situation, and the person switches to Mei, and then you win the match. And you sort of recognize that that person was a really good teammate. They switched to a role that was needed for the team at the time, and they did a really good thing. Or they respond in respectful ways when people are asking, you know, maybe the Mercy player says, we get to the edge so I can heal you. I need somebody to fly up to, and the person moves to the edge. So you can recognize somebody for being a really good teammate, playing the game as a team player in a very high and effective way. The final way that you can endorse someone, and this one is also only for your team, not for the enemy team, is called shot caller. Now, what we think shot callers should be recognized for is those are the men and women who end up on our team, who end up telling the rest of us what to do in a very positive, respectful, and effective way. It's usually the person who says, okay, guys, we're not going to all go in until our Zarya's ult is ready and Hanzo has his ult ready. Once I make the call, everybody move in, and we'll have a really successful take on that point. Or, hey, we should back out now. Our Mercy was just killed. Let's back out. It's the person who's calling the targets, calling when to go in and out of the match, and generally leading us on the battlefield. And we want those people to really be recognized as shot callers. So the endorsement system is going to be very public. You're going to get to see other players and how they're endorsed. So when you see other players, you're going to be able to recognize, wow, that person, a lot of my fellow Overwatch players has said that person's a great teammate. So I know that I can expect a good experience out of them. The system will work in a few ways. It will make sure that you maintain that endorsement level, meaning that once you get to a certain high endorsement level, you don't just stay there forever. You kind of have to, you know, be recognized by other players more frequently. So there are mechanisms in place to make sure that somebody doesn't get to a good place and just stay there forever. It's that person has been a good sportsman or shown good sportsmanship. It means that they've been a great shot caller for some period of time. So there's a decay system on it. Also, if you've been actioned in any way, silenced or suspended, you completely lose all endorsements altogether. You go back to square one and you pretty much have to start over. So we think the system will be great. There are some rewards in place. For example, you get a minor reward for endorsing other people. You can only endorse a very limited amount of people per match. So it's not something that you can just do to exploit for experience or something like that. And then also, people who hit high endorsement levels frequently we will do these check-in moments where we will reward those people for being awesome at what they do. So that's Endorsements, that's coming. We are super excited about it. We think it's gonna have a big impact on showing the Overwatch community just how many awesome Overwatch players there are and how many positive moments are actually happening in the game. The next system has been long awaited and long demanded, and that is Looking for Group. We put a lot of time and effort into designing and implementing this system. Our Looking for Group system will allow you to create a group to your exact specifications. And what I mean by that is if you're a very particular group leader and you want to insist on having 2 tanks, 2 damage, and 2 healers, you can restrict those roles in your group, and you can even force the people playing those roles to only be able to play those roles. Of course, if you want a wide open group where everybody can play whatever they want, you can do that as well. There's some other options within the Looking for Group system that should be interesting. Like, for example, if you want to say to people in your group, I really want everybody to have voice chat, so I'm going to say, voice chat's required for my group. You can name your group whatever you want, so when it shows up on the list, you can say to people, I'm really trying to get to Diamond and competitive and looking for other serious, mature players to play with me, or however you want to name it. You can put that in there to try to attract the other people who are looking for a similar experience as you are. The whole idea behind Looking for Group, like with our Avoid as Teammate feature we added a short while ago, is to give you more control over your gameplay experience. We think Overwatch is a team game, and you always have to play with 5 other people, and we think you'll have a much better experience if you have some say in what the other people on your team are doing, what their sort of play behavior is, and if you have some input and interaction with them. So we think Looking for Group will be really awesome. One thing to note about it is it's not a matchmaking system. When you go to look for a group, you're either creating a group and showing it to other players, or you're browsing the list as somebody looking for the group and then committing to join that group. It's not automatically pulling players in and putting them into the system. That's what our basic matchmaking does right now when you click play on Quick Play or Competitive or any of our arcade games. So keep that in mind. It's more of a system for finding each other than you go into the gameplay system. So that's Looking for Group. We think it will be awesome. Now, a few minor housekeeping notes on the Looking for Group system. As I mentioned earlier, we have collapsed the offense and defense roles into damage. I don't know if you caught that when I said earlier that you can have tank, damage, and support. We're now limiting the game in terms of number of roles to only those 3 roles. So previously, where we had heroes like Tracer, who was considered an offense hero, and Junkrat, who was considered a defense hero, all of those heroes are now in the same role, which is simply called damage. We think this greatly simplifies things. It will really help the Looking for Group system, and we think it makes a lot of sense. And those roles were sort of arbitrary to begin with. It was just to help newer players figure out what the different heroes did. The other big change that's coming in regards to the Looking for Group system is that player profiles, we will now give you control over who gets to see those. You can set it so your profile is private, you can set it so your profile is friends only, or you can set it like it currently is right now, which is to public. By default, these will not be public moving forward. Again, our theme is give you control over your gameplay experience. We recognize that other players were sometimes giving us a hard time based on our player profile. We think you have the right to decide if you want people to see that or not. Now, it's a huge patch that's coming up. There's a major Symetra rework happening. We're going to have a great description of all of Symetra's new abilities and everything that's different about the hero. As has been mentioned before, and some of you know, some of you don't, she is moving to the damage category, so please make sure to read that update. And also, major changes are happening to the Horizon Lunar Colony map. and we're going to go into great detail. We're going to post a complete description of the changes that are happening there as well, and we think you'll find those really interesting. For example, on point B on Horizon Lunar Colony, you can no longer sort of attack from the defender's spawn room within the safety of the healing zone like you were able to previously. We fixed that issue, but we've made some really big changes to the map. There's also some beautiful art and new lore in the map as well that we think you'll be really interested in. All in all, we think it's a great patch. These two major social systems we think will make Overwatch a much better experience. We have more social systems on the way. I hinted at this before. Not only are we going to deliver 2 early on in the summer, but we have another big feature coming later on, either in the late summer or early fall. These features are brand new. I'm sure we're going to have to iterate on them a lot. Please speak up. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We'll make changes as necessary. Thanks so much, and we hope you enjoy the features.
Hey guys, what's going on? SpiderKid here, and we begin with breaking news, of course. Blizzard has released a new PTR patch with significant changes, which are the following. I'm just going to get my audio in right here. By the way, we're playing right now on PC PTR at the moment. So right here, new feature, looking for group. Create or find a customized group, play the world that you want to play, and group up with like-minded players. Endorsements. Endorsements. Recognize players who make positive contributions in your matches. Endorsement rules follows. 3 endorsements per match, 1 endorsement per player. You can endorse a player every 12 hours. Endorsement level. You can receive endorsements to increase your endorsement level. Maintain your level by receiving additional endorsements. Colored ring shows the type of endorsements you have received. Shot caller, leader strategist, good teammate, helpful, effective communication, sportsmanship, positive, and respectful. And just gonna gather so everything's not lagging. So all of this is really good for us. You can find people that you actually want to group up with. And with this here too, it makes the overall gaming environment more positive because, you know, maybe it's going into a certain way where you can show off who you're endorsing. I heard you get more EXP for that, and you get to see how good you are to everyone else. Be a positive role model. I don't know if you'll be matched up with more people who are endorsed, but that remains to be seen as far as I know. Yes, and this is the first time I played on the anniversary. If I could just bring back my textbook here. Where did it go? Here we go. So, you can recognize commendable behavior for players exhibiting good sportsmanship, yada yada yada. Looking for group. Yes. And, Symetra has been reworked, that we know. Here, let me just read some of this. Updates. All heroes in the defense and offense categories have been merged into a new category called damage. And this is a very interesting way. It kind of makes sense since they are doing this role queue thing. They say since the line between offense and defense heroes has become increasingly blurred, we've decided to group all those heroes into a single new damage category. We believe that the term more closely matches the role name used in Overwatch League and across most of our community. And this is an interesting change. Combat can be now heard 25% further away. What else have they done here? Oh, here. Players must have a Blizzard SMS Protect enabled on their account to be eligible for the top 500. That's an interesting change. Very interesting. Looks like you can only use 1 phone number per account to get into top 500. That's a very interesting change. That I like. Like, hey, Dash, how are you? Playing Overwatch tomorrow? Got a trip to Cuba. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Did you just hear about this news before I came on, or after? This is really pretty exciting here. Oh yeah, you can set the privacy of your career profiles. Let's see. Doomfist has been buffed. The Meteor Strike bonus movement speed has been increased from 150% to 200. Shield gain increased from 30 to 35 for normal abilities using the best defense. Oh, he gets more shields when he attacks people. They say the increased movement speed on Meteor Strike gives Doomfist new options in how and where to deploy it. His passive is also being increased, allowing him to survive more often when diving into enemies. Orisa also buffed. Ultimate cost reduced by 15%. They say Supercharger wasn't getting enough use considering its impact. This change allows Orisa to use her ultimate more aggressively, knowing that she will be able to generate easily. And Symetra reworked. No longer locks. Actually, let's go to the practice range right now and check all this crap out. Why am I even reading? We have to go there right now. Here we go. Yeah, are you really excited for this? I'll go over Symetra first here. We're gonna my chat window here. Look at how many people are in this damage category. That is ridiculous, I swear. Jeez, man. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 damage players, 6 tanks, and 5 supports. I think I can see who are going to be the new characters from now on. Supports and tanks. Oh, 6 support heroes, excuse me. So it's... I don't know about you, but it's probably going to be more tanks and more supports. Hey Dar, how are you? Welcome to the stream. God knows Doomfist needs the shield buff. Oh, yes, yes. Let's go over Symetra first. Like, this is so unusual to look at this. Like, not only Symetra is no longer considered support, but damage. The new damage category. Offense, defense combined. Let's go look at Symetra. So, let me read what's about Symetra here. New abilities. The Photon Projector. No longer locks onto enemies, onto targets. Range increased to 10 meters. Damage ramping now takes 2 seconds per damage level instead of 1 second. Damage ramp increased from 30, 60, 120 to 60, 120, 180. Now generates ammo instead of spending it when hitting a barrier. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Her ammo's been reduced to 7. Actually, let's wait for these targets to spawn.
Perfection.
Testing. Alternate fire. No longer pierces targets. Now explodes on contact. Projectile speed increased. Charge up speed increased. Damage changed to 60 impact, 60 explosive. Testing. Interesting. Sentry turret. Turret is now placed like a projectile instead of being set in place. Can hold a max of 3 down from 6. Can now deploy a max 3 down from 6. Damage increased. Amount of slowing effect increased. Oh, look at this! Oh, it sticks. Interesting. Dar says, I've been using Symetra for about 3 weeks now. This new rework will definitely be too good, going by what I've seen. Teammates will be able to send a teleporter. Speaking of which, the teleporter can now place the exit up to 25 meters away from Symetra. Entrance will automatically be built in front of Symetra, rather than at her team's spawn point. It lasts 10 seconds, health has been lowered to 300, more things can teleport through it, like Junkrat's Riptire. Entrance can be destroyed. If either the entrance or exit is destroyed, the other is removed.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path. Teleporter online. We move swiftly. Perfection.
Go through it.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
Gotta fix my frame rate. Oh. Oh yeah, that is pretty bad. How do we fix it? Because it was normal on my screen.
That was for your own good.
Lagging.
Target
Oh,
neutralized.
I think I know what it is. No, that might not be it. Holy crap, the lag. Oh, that explains it. The GPU is at maximum. I'll try to fix it right now. Graphics quality epic.
Why do you struggle against your fate?
Let me restart it. Just give me a sec here. What if you place your ultimate on a closed space? A closed space, huh? Like, what do you mean? Like, just a small space or like between walls? That looks a little better, guys. Eh?
The true enemy. Hello.
Body. It's the graphics. Apologies for the difficulties.
Target.
Okay, that should look a lot better. Okay, let's see. So the teleporter.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
How do you activate this piece of shit? Teleporters create two teleporters that enable instant travel between them.
Teleporter online. We move swiftly.
Activating this is a little bit unclear. I don't know. Like,
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
oh, interesting. Oh, you can travel back and forth.
Acknowledged. Understood. I understand. Teleporter online.
I see.
Move swiftly.
I see what happened. I see what happened. There currently isn't a button binded onto the controller. I'm using a controller right now, but look at that. That's cool.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
Can't go for walls, I don't think. Arresting.
Teleporter online. We move quickly.
Oh, what the fuck? It disappeared. Oh no. That sucks. Actually, let's increase the frame rate. And what's in my notes here? What's next here? Ah, the ultimate, the photon barrier. It deploys a barrier that is big enough to span and cut through an entire map. Orientation can be changed by pressing the ultimate button again. Has 5,000 health. The goal of these changes is to move Symmetra to her new damage roll and make her more flexible and viable across more areas of the game than she was previously. Now that Symetra is no longer a support hero, she is expected to be able to dish out heavy damage, and these changes allow for her to do so. So she should be more powerful and interesting in more team compositions and maps, and she should also be stronger on offense and defense. There will be a button for there will be a button that you have to press for cons to go for the... Yeah, it seems like that they didn't input it quite yet, because they didn't think that people using controller would be using the BTR. Let me get my ultimate. Yeah, they're gonna have to think of a different button placement.
Not meant for greatness.
Look at this! Look at this! This is so freaking huge! Oh my god. Very techy. Interesting. That's cool.
Double kill.
Double kill.
Target neutralized.
So it doesn't do damage, but it can... It just... So it flies, gets in place, and basically kills people. You just gotta aim in the good direction that people are going to get some damage. Okay, so if you press the ultimate button again, you can change the direction you're going. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is, but the language. That is so fucking cool. I'm gonna leave this teleporter more.
Teleporter online.
Oh, you can even go up there? That's cool. Interesting. Where else can you put this? Wow.
Target neutralized.
Wow, you could go anywhere, like up or down. That's freaking cool. I like it.
You are unworthy of the true reality.
Double kill.
Just place it. Doesn't even do anything. It's gonna be fun player.
Double kill.
That is fast.
Double kill.
Whoa, that is so far? Like, what the hell?
Double kill.
You are trapped in your own mind.
Oh, there we go. There's the range. But what the hell? Like... Weird. Oh, for the
Teleporter
teleporter?
online. We move quickly.
Oh. Not the turrets. This is so much of the interesting part. You can place your teleporter anywhere. Get up here. Give me a plane.
Teleporter online.
There we go.
I have opened the path. Understood.
Fascinating.
Teleporter
Like this.
online. We move swiftly.
Whoops. Who else got changed actually? Let's see. Doomfist. Here.
Hello there.
So Doomfist. What the? Like bonus movement speed.
Come at the king. You no chance.
Best defense. Shield gain increase from 30 to 35 for normal build.
Double kill.
It's supposed to be a little bit faster, right? That looks a little faster, huh? What do you think, Dark? Oh, escape. And Orisa, ultimate cost reduced by 15%. By that now.
My ultimate is
Order looks weird. I feel like damage should be on the left.
You're safe.
I just tried it and it didn't even work.
I am programmed to avoid.
Yeah, it did.
However, I have made an exception.
It did feel like getting her supercharger was kind of slow and dealing damage. But I think this would be nice for her.
Double kill.
Ah, there we go. Don't worry, guys. It's a little laggy for here. Me too. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little
Cease your
faster.
resistance.
Why me? What else happened here? Map updates to Horizon Lunar Colony. Let's go check that out. Here. Ooh, group up before you play. Find teammates based on preferences before you queue. I'll do that in a bit. I want to check out Horizon first. There it is. For her turrets to go through the TP, you need to on the stance. I'll try that. Here. Yeah, so they did so much different crap. Like, it's not worth, like, saying what happened pretty much every through. Oh, it says game browser.
Hello.
What the? Where's the exit?
Teleporter online. We
I'll
move
try this
swiftly.
first. Oh, interesting. That's a sucky way to do it, though. I don't know. It's kind of pointless. Look at this. This is way different. Look at all this. Oh, it's a little bit more like. Wow. This is completely different. Add some new stuff here. Like, look at this. This is like the moon ground. I don't even know what it is. Changed here much. Oh, look. They're growing plants here. Ain't that cool? Or does it look a little wider? These shields, I like these. I like these. Gives you a little bit of cover. Oh, there used to be an exit here. Not my Symetra. This hashtag. Hello there, Final Hope. Anything you don't like about it? Nothing much changed. I didn't think so. Yeah. Oh, they added a new room in here. They added the they added these tables. Like they serve dinner here.
Greetings.
Very, very interesting.
Teleporter online. I have opened the path.
What? What happened? Oh. That's a little odd. Why did the teleporter, bug out?
Teleporter online. We move quickly.
Okay, okay. I don't know if that's a bug or whatever. Interesting. Anything else around here? Doesn't seem like very much else here. For now, I'm gonna try that group play feature. I think this will be very good for the competitive health for Overwatch. Let's see. Find group. Create a group. So you can name your group. game mode type, enemy. Interesting. You can quick arcade versus AI. Oh yeah, it's buggy. Roles. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Allow players to invite your team. Allow players to invite your. Interesting. There's 5 endorsement levels. I think the default one, if you've been a naughty boy, you're at 0. Interesting. Member role 1 preference. Group member role preference. So you can basically create all tanks. Nah. Support. I'm not gonna. So basically, you can just join any public group that you create. Well, have anyone join yours anyway. This is, I love it, I love it, I love it very, very, very much. Flexible. A little fishy for me. Yeah, I'm gonna create one here.